Want to improve your English? Watch the complete podcast on how to learn English and supercharge your English. What's the fastest way to improve spoken English?
Honestly, there isn't a magic potion, but speaking as much as possible is key. Talk to your pet, your plant, or even the mirror. Just get those words out.
Can singing in English help improve my speaking skills?
Absolutely. Belt out those shower tunes. Singing helps with pronunciation, rhythm, and getting those tricky sounds right. Plus, it's just fun.
How important is grammar when speaking English?
Grammar is like seasoning, important, but don't let it ruin the dish. Focus more on communicating. You can polish up the grammar as you go.
Should I practice speaking English every day?
Yes, think of it like brushing your teeth. Daily practice keeps your skills fresh and clean.
What if I don't have anyone to practice English with?
No worries. You can practice with Siri, Alexa, or even your reflection. Just make sure they're good listeners.
Is it okay to make mistakes while speaking English?
Of course, mistakes are like speed bumps. They slow you down a bit, but they're necessary for a smoother ride.
Can watching TV shows in English improve my speaking?
Definitely. Binge watch your favorite shows. Just tell yourself it's for educational purposes.
What about watching movies?
Same deal. Movies are great because you can mimic dialogues, and hey, who doesn't love a good popcorn learning session?
Is it helpful to talk to myself in English?
Yes, it might feel weird, but who better to chat with than yourself? You're always there after all.
Should I try to sound like a native speaker?
Focus on being clear first. Accents are like fashion. Everyone has their own style.
How can I stop feeling embarrassed about speaking English?
Remember, everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. Embrace the awkwardness and laugh it off.
Are there any games that can help improve spoken English?
Oh, yes. Games like Charades or Pictionary in English are not just fun, but also great practice. Absolutely.
Can reading aloud improve my speaking skills?
Read your favorite book or a cereal box aloud. It helps with pronunciation and fluency.
What's a good way to learn new vocabulary for speaking?
Use flashcards, apps, or even make a word of the day jar. Then, try to use the word as much as possible, even if it means confusing your friends.
Should I focus on British or American English?
Either is fine. Pick the one you like or mix it up. Just don't start spelling color with a Z.
Is it useful to learn slang in English?
Totally. Slang helps you sound more natural and less like a textbook.
How do I know if I'm speaking English correctly?
If people understand you, you're doing great. And if not, just add more hand gestures.
Can listening to podcasts improve my speaking?
You bet. Listen to English podcasts, mimic the hosts, and you'll be a chatterbox in no time.
What's a fun way to practice speaking English?
Join a language exchange or a group that shares your hobbies, but in English. It's like hitting two birds with one stone.
How can I practice English when I'm alone?
Narrate your day in English. Be the Morgan Freeman of your life.
Should I learn English tongue twisters?
Yes, they're like a gym workout for your tongue. Try saying, "She sells seashells 5 times fast."
How can I improve my pronunciation?
Use apps like Forvo or YouTube videos to hear how words are pronounced. Or just ask Google, it knows everything.
Is it okay to mix English with my native language?
It's okay at first, but try to switch to full English over time. Think of it as a language detox.
How do I deal with English words I can't pronounce?
Break them down into smaller parts, or use similar sounding words until you get it right. Or make up a new pronunciation. It's a free world.
What if I forget a word while speaking?
Describe it, use hand gestures, or just say thingy. We all have a lot of those.
Can learning English songs help with speaking?
Absolutely. Sing along, even if you're off key. It's great for rhythm and pronunciation.
How do I sound more confident when speaking English?
Stand tall, smile, and pretend you're delivering a TED Talk, even if you're just ordering coffee.
Should I use big words to sound smarter?
Not necessarily. Clear and simple is best. Nobody likes a walking dictionary.
How can I improve my English accent?
Listen carefully to native speakers, mimic them, and practice. It's like doing impressions, but less embarrassing.
Is it useful to watch YouTube videos in English?
Definitely. YouTube is like a goldmine for learning English, from tutorials to funny cat videos. Both are educational.
How can I practice speaking English on the go?
Listen to English podcasts or audiobooks while commuting. Just don't get caught mimicking the voices on a crowded train.
Should I learn phrasal verbs?
Yes, they're super common in English, and once you master them, you're halfway to sounding like a native.
How can I make learning English fun?
Combine it with something you love: cooking, dancing, gaming. Learn the terms in English and make it a bilingual hobby.
What's the role of body language in speaking English?
Huge. Sometimes a good nod or hand wave can fill in the gaps when words fail.
Can I improve my English by reading comics or graphic novels?
Absolutely. They're great for learning conversational language, and you get to enjoy some cool stories.
How can I overcome my fear of speaking English in public?
Start small. Practice in front of a mirror or with friends. Then work your way up to speaking with strangers. It's like building a muscle.
Is it beneficial to record myself speaking English?
Yes, it's a great way to catch your mistakes and track your progress. Plus, you can be your own podcast star.
How can I use social media to improve my spoken English?
Join English-speaking groups, comment on posts, or make videos in English. Just watch out for trolls.
Should I try to learn English jokes?
Definitely. Jokes are a fun way to learn cultural nuances and play with language. Just don't quit your day job for stand-up yet.
Can talking to native English speakers help me improve?
Yes, it's like getting insider tips from the pros. Plus, you'll pick up slang and idioms that textbooks won't teach you.
Is it okay to use filler words like or when speaking English?
Yes, everyone uses them. Just don't let them become your main vocabulary.
How can I practice English if I'm shy?
Start by speaking with close friends or even pets. They're great listeners and won't judge.
Are English language apps worth it?
Absolutely. Apps like Duolingo and Babbel are great for practicing vocabulary and grammar on the go.
Should I watch English content with subtitles?
Yes, start with subtitles in your language, then switch to English subtitles, and finally no subtitles at all. It's like training wheels for your ears.
How can I make my English sound more natural?
Use contractions like I'm instead of I am and sprinkle in some common idioms. You'll sound more like a local in no time.
Can learning English be relaxing?
Sure, sit back, relax, and let the language flow over you like a calming wave. English spa day, anyone?
Should I mimic native speakers?
Yes, imitate their tone, rhythm, and expressions. It's like karaoke but for speaking. Just don't copy their quirks. Nobody needs two of the same person.
How do I deal with a thick accent when speaking English?
Embrace it. As long as you're clear, an accent just adds character to your speech.
Is it good to think in English?
Yes, it's a great way to speed up your language processing and reduce translation errors. Think English, speak English.
How do I handle English words with multiple meanings?
Context is king. Pay attention to the sentence and situation. And if in doubt, just ask. It's better than guessing wrong.
Can storytelling improve my spoken English?
Definitely. Try telling simple stories in English. It's great practice for thinking on your feet and using descriptive language.
How can I improve my English pronunciation?
Break words down into syllables and practice them slowly. Apps like Elsa Speak can help too. Plus, you'll feel like a vocal artist.
What's a quick trick for sounding more fluent?
Learn a few key phrases that you can use in various situations, like "that's interesting" or "tell me more." They're like the Swiss Army knives of conversation.
Should I learn English proverbs and sayings?
Yes, they add flavor to your speech and help you sound more knowledgeable. Just don't go overboard and become the proverb guy.
How can I keep my English skills sharp when I'm not using them daily?
Regular short bursts of practice, like flashcards or quick chats with friends, can keep your skills fresh.
Is it helpful to watch English news channels?
Yes, it's great for learning formal language and expanding your vocabulary. Just don't get too hooked on the drama.
Can I learn English by playing video games?
Absolutely. Many games have great storylines and dialogues. Plus, you can practice speaking with other players.
How do I stop translating everything from my native language to English?
Practice thinking directly in English and immerse yourself in the language. It's like switching your brain's operating system.
Should I focus on learning British or American pronunciation?
Either is fine. It's up to you. Just be consistent so people don't think you're putting on an accent mid-conversation.
Can writing in English improve my speaking skills?
Yes, writing helps reinforce vocabulary and grammar, which translates to better speaking. It's like training for a marathon by running sprints.
How can I make speaking English a habit?
Set a daily routine. Maybe talk to yourself while making breakfast or narrate your commute. Make English your go-to sidekick.
What should I do if I keep forgetting English words?
Repetition is key. Keep a notebook of new words and review it regularly. And don't worry, even native speakers forget words sometimes.
Can learning English be like a game?
Totally. Turn it into a challenge. Reward yourself for milestones like speaking for 10 minutes straight. Who doesn't love a little friendly competition?
Should I use a dictionary when learning English?
Yes, but try to use an English dictionary to improve your understanding of definitions and context. It's like a double workout for your brain.
How can I use social media to practice English?
Follow English-speaking influencers, comment on their posts, or join language exchange groups. Just avoid the rabbit hole of endless scrolling.
Can learning English be like learning a new dance?
Definitely. It's all about rhythm, flow, and practice. Plus, you might end up with some cool new moves, verbally, of course.